But I realized that with as much capital as DJ Sbu has, as much money as that business has through capital from him and his partner, if the journey for these people has been so difficult, with all the funding, with all the connections, with all the knowledge of business, if the journey has been so long and has been so difficult for them, who are you as a person who doesn't have capital to think that I can start a business, build a business, and make that business successful within the next 5 years? All right, guys, life is very long. I want to talk about this because I recently got my license for the first time, and although I've been able to drive and also been unable to drive because you're not getting enough practice, I only got my license last month and I'm in my 30th year of living. And I was thinking about the fact that I have a child now. So as a young father, I'm thinking to myself, there's so much that I want to do for myself, but also there is so much that I need to do and I want to do to ensure that my daughter has a more comfortable life than I had. And there was a point where I was thinking that I have to make sure that all these things that I'm thinking about, I make them happen within the next 1 or 2 years. And I realized that no, man, this kind of mentality is actually detrimental for me. It is going to cause me a problem because it will make me rush into doing things. And when I rush into doing things, that means that I don't do the things that I need to do properly. And when those things that I want to do don't actually happen how I hope for them to happen, then I find myself in a pickle where I either give up on these things or these things stress me. And the one thing that I want to avoid, obviously, as I build through this life thing is as much stress as possible. Life on its own is very stressful, but if I stress myself through my own actions, it becomes a problem. And this is what I think a lot of us young men do. And I can understand that women also do this, but I'm speaking from a perspective of a young man or a man, right? And it hit me, man. My daughter has not yet hit the age 2, but by the time she hits age 2, she'll still be too young to understand anything about the world. She will get to the age of 7, which is in another 5 years. She will still be too young to understand a lot of things about the world. I mean, at my age, I still have so many things that I don't understand. You are 40 years old, you are 50 years old out there. There's people who don't understand that much about the world at that age. And who am I at the age of 30 to expect myself to know as much as I possibly could about the world? You understand? So life is very long. So the point of me mentioning the fact that life is very long is that I shouldn't actually rush myself in building the life that I want to build for myself. I shouldn't rush the process in building the life that I want to ensure that my daughter lives. And imagine if we say that I reach a level of success that is unfathomable for me right now at the age of 15 for her. That is a full 14 or 13 years. So life is long, and if you look at it in that way, especially if you have children, I think this opens your eyes even more, because before I don't think I would have been able to think this way. And it's only with me having a child understanding that actually I could think this way. As this child grows and as I grow in myself as a human being and as I grow myself in the business side of things, I should take my time. And actually this, me talking about life being long, it's two ways. You know, you shouldn't rush yourself as a man, as a person, to become a better person, to become a better man in society, in your own family, for your own children, and especially for yourself. And you also shouldn't rush the process when you are building a business. And it is very difficult. I understand that. This is the life that I live every day. And the ups and the downs are too much, you know, so it takes a certain kind of strength to actually just keep going, even though the ups and downs are just there. So if you are building the kind of life that you see in your head, It doesn't matter how difficult you think it is. It doesn't matter how long you think it is. All you just need to think about is that in order for you to get to that point, you have to be patient with yourself. You have to be patient with the process, and you actually can't skip steps. And it took me a very long time as a hustler, especially, to understand this idea. What I mean is that there is a business. Some of you who've been watching my channel for a long time might know about this business that I have been trying to build, and it's a very old business idea. It's a very old business idea to me, and it's a business that already exists because nothing under the sun is actually brand new, right? But for me, this is a old business idea of a business that I should follow. And only now I'm telling myself that, okay, there's a product I have to make. I don't have to have this product within the next 2 months. I don't have to act that fast because I don't have the capital to make it happen that fast. So I will develop the product, I will develop the marketing, and I will source the capital through my own hustle in other ways and make as little units of that product, test the market, and don't test the market for a month or two and then totally give up on it, because this is something that I've suffered, and most entrepreneurs can actually also relate to this. I'm taking a year of the very first stages of testing. As a matter of fact, the next 3 to 4 years are just me testing the market, proving that the market is open for this kind of product, for this business, before I expand it into other things. But for the first 5 years, really, it's just that one product. And then after that one product is actually starting to gain a little bit of traction, then we start to expand that one product throughout the whole province, throughout the whole country, whenever possible. But that should be within the next 10 to 15 years. And I say the next 10 to 15 years because it might take that long. There's DJ Sbu with More Fire. The other time I was calculating how long More Fire might have been existing, and I've actually forgotten because it was a while ago. But I realized that with as much capital as DJ Sbu has, as much money as that business has through capital from him and his partner, and if they have any other funders, are coming into building this one unit, this one business called More Fire. If it has taken these people so long, if the journey for these people has been so difficult, with all the funding, with all the connections, with all the knowledge of business and all the knowledge of ways that they can grow this business, and with them being able to afford to hire people that can make the business easier for them, if the journey has been so long and has been so difficult for them, who are you as a person who doesn't have capital to think that I can start a business, build a business, and make that business successful within the next 5 years? You might be lucky, but chances are, realistically, that's not going to happen that quickly for you. So I've been thinking about such a thing, and I've been thinking about such things that, okay, I am trying to build a business that will be mega successful. And it might not see the kind of success that I see in my head in my lifetime. It might happen in my daughter's lifetime or my daughter's daughter or son's lifetime. So really what I am doing, what I'm responsible for, is building a foundation for something that should be taken forward and grown over time. And this is what a lot of white people have done. Yes, some of the ways that the businesses that they have built and have grown are through the wrong things like apartheid here in South Africa, but without them instilling the knowledge into their children and their children's children to ensure that this wealth keeps on growing, the wealth wouldn't keep going, right? So you also have to accept as a hustler, as an entrepreneur, that if you are trying to build something that is huge, not all of us are going to see the kind of success that our favorite entrepreneurs and our inspiration has achieved. Not all of us are going to get to that point. At the age that we see them getting it to, you might see your success at age 45, which is the average age of successful startup owners. That is a study that was done in America. We don't know what is that here in Africa, here in South Africa. It might be 50, it might be 60. And if you are living a healthy enough lifestyle, which is also very important, you should be able to reach the age of 50, 60, age 70. maybe 80 if you are healthy enough. But 60, 70 definitely should be able to reach that age. We're not talking about the other unforeseen circumstances that could happen to you so that you don't live that long. But say there are no accidents or unforeseen circumstances that happen, then you should be able to live that long. And we should also accept, we should all really accept that we're not all going to be that lucky that quickly. So practicing patience is important. Taking your time with yourself is important, not rushing the process and yourself. Done with this video. I'll see you in the next one.